Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new, well, you in for a good treat. This is how I spent 72 hours in Canada. To start off, here I have a 10-minute video of the beautiful Niagara Falls. Please, you are free to fast forward, and you are also free to watch and leave a comment, interact, you guys. I want you guys to interact so you guys can tell me what place you would like for me to go next. With regards to Niagara Falls, I did book a tour with Queen's Tour. Our tour guide name was Winston, and he was phenomenal. He was very knowledgeable about the routes, about Niagara Falls, and the different activities you could do while you are down there. So shout out to Winston and Queen's Tour. Now with the tour, I did get picked up in Mississauga, which is where my Airbnb was at. I'll give you guys a tour later on of Mississauga, so don't worry, we'll get into that. I did fly in to Pearsall International Airport from Fort Lauderdale. It was a red-eye flight, so I flew in at 1:30 in the morning. It was mad easy for me to get an Uber. The Uber drivers were super nice. They were interactive. Who was talking about a lot on my way to the Airbnb. Now, I do want to say that everyone in Canada is super polite and super nice, very different from what I'm accustomed to here in America. But here, as you can see from behind, there's hotels, restaurant, everything you could think of, they have it in Niagara Falls. I even went to the casino. I also have a video of that later on, so stay tuned to see everything. But this is a view of Niagara Falls. Now, I went on a Friday morning. I believe this was approximately, I want to say 10 a.m. and it was packed. There was a bunch of people everywhere you turn. There was people taking pictures, videos, selfies, you name it. With the tour, I did get pick up at a hotel in Mississauga. I believe it was called the Holiday Inn. So the pickup time was 8:35 or 8:30, one of the two. Um, Winston came, checked us in, and once we got on the bus, we all found a seat. He went over the history of the Niagara Falls, the history of how Canada has the most lakes in the world, this, that, and the fourth, which was very fun. If you like or if you are into history, it's definitely something you can look forward to on a tour. And along the way, we stopped at multiple locations where we had 10 minutes to explore. And we also did a maple syrup tasting, which I also have videos of later on in this segment. So for now, just enjoy Niagara Falls. I do want to say this, you will get wet if you are near the water. It's not a rain. I thought it was rain at first, but no. But you will get wet. The area is very beautiful. People are very friendly. If you are by yourself on a solo trip, don't worry. Someone will be willing to take a picture or video for you. So you're good. This was a solo trip for me, and I had so much fun because I didn't have to wait for anybody. I didn't have to follow a set schedule. I woke up, did as I pleased and as I wanted. But right here, I was trying to focus the camera so you guys can get a better view. But this is me near the top of the fall. This is beautiful. And by the way, It generates a lot of revenue for the country of Canada, the falls, tourism, so forth and so on. So yes, as part of the tour, I could have went on a boat ride as well, but I opted out because I didn't want to get wet. I was dressed to impress, we'll say. So as we continue down the line, there was more people taking pictures. Um, so yeah, and yes, I was on the Canadian side of the border, and the American side is literally across um, the bridge that you see at the bottom of the video. If you were thinking about visiting Canada to go see Niagara Falls or Toronto, I would definitely recommend and say yes, take that trip. It's worth it. There's a lot of tourism spots that you could go see, explore. I was able to go shopping. I was able to see the CN Tower, which you will also get to see in this video. So let me not ruin it for you guys. But yes, enjoy this video. And with the tour, I was able to book my tour online using the Viator app. It's spelled Viator. Again, that's Viator. You could download that app, and then on a search bar, you input your city that you're going to visit, and then they'll show you the different tours they have and the different things that you could do from within that city. As we made our way down the line, there was more people. And in Canada, everyone is friendly. The tourists were friendly. The people were friendly. So yeah, I had to stop right here real quick to take pictures of my phone and my meta glasses. So I had to mount my camera down so you will only see this one shot. I apologize, guys. This was a solo trip, like I mentioned earlier. So I was working everything, the main camera, my phone camera, and my meta glasses camera. But right here was a still shot of the fall. Do you guys see how big it is? It is huge. Now with the boat tour, they go as close as, I'll say, well, they go very close to the fall. Like you'll literally be right up under it. So if you into that kind of stuff, I would definitely say add the boat tour to your Niagara Falls tour. All right. Now, once I was done taking videos and selfies off my other gadget, I picked up the camera and looked around. People were, smiling, talking, interacting. It was fun. It was definitely a 10 out of 10 experience. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed my time. I didn't really have no bad run-ins in Canada. Um, yeah, at the airport it was a smooth process going through immigration. But then again, I'm a U.S. citizen, so it might be different for other people. But for me, everything was smooth. From the airport to the Airbnb check-in, to me going on a stroll in the neighborhood, to me stopping to get brunch, lunch, dinner, me going to the mall, me going to sightseeing, Everything was just smooth, no hiccups. But as we come towards the end of this 10-minute video of Niagara Falls, I hope you enjoyed it. Here, it was day one. So this was my outfit. Day one, I didn't really have an itinerary, so I didn't know what I was gonna get myself into. I just wanted to make sure that I was, clean, comfortable, and able to explore however long I had to explore. Had a regular black tee, regular black short. I had Jordans on, my Meta glasses to record. I recorded a lot. This video is about 40 minutes long, and it wasn't even half of my clips. But yeah, this was my outfit. Then I went on a scenic walk down to Lakeview Paramore, I think it's called. It's um, downtown Mississauga near the water, and it was beautiful. They had jet skiing for people to, get on the jet ski. And then I had brunch at Lakefront Promenade. That's what it's called. My apologies. Now for brunch, I had chicken bites, chicken fingers with French fries, a cup of coffee. I like my coffee with cream and sugar, a bit sweet. And then for breakfast, I had eggs, toast, and it was delicious. As you can see from behind me, the view was amazing. Yeah, this was my first meal in Canada, and it was a 10 out of 10. Like, I had no complaints. From the time I had to wait, from the conversation I had with the waitress, and from me setting up my cameras, other people were looking around, making sure that, um, I wasn't doing too much, but everyone was so friendly. Yes, I did put ketchup on my eggs, and I also put hot sauce on my chicken fingers. It was delicious. No complaints whatsoever. Yeah, I was there for, I want to say, approximately 2 hours. Um, as I ate my brunch, other people came up to me to ask me where I was from and tell me different areas I should go see and visit, which was very good because I was able to go see some of the areas they recommended. So definitely be polite, be friendly to people. Um, I didn't see it as them being intrusive. It was more so of them being friendly and welcoming me to Canada. It was my first time in the country, but it didn't feel like my first time because I made a ton of friends while I was there, and I enjoyed every moment. So again, no complaints about visiting Canada. If you're thinking about going out there, definitely, definitely take that trip. I flew in with Air Canada. Um, I had a free carry-on and a free personal item, and then I purchased a bag. But yeah, so I enjoy my food. If you want to fast forward it at this point, you can. But the toast was delicious. As you can see, there was butter on the toast. So what I did was I made a breakfast sandwich with the toast, stuffed some eggs inside of it, and took a big bite. Yummy. Yes, the food was good. This was the live reaction. If you would like to see this video, it is on my Instagram page. I will put my Instagram tag under this video, so feel free to follow and keep up with me. I do plan on traveling more. Canada was my 22nd country that I visited, so it was different from my other trips. For one, I was by myself. For two, everybody was polite. Um, and I felt safe. You know, I felt safe wherever I was at. At the mall, I seen people that was looking at me a little funny and iffy, but I wasn't scared because what you gonna do out in a public place, right? So yeah, after I was done with my food, I just gave it a positive review, 10 out of 10, like I mentioned. Then I went sightseeing. This was the restaurant. This was in front of the restaurant. This was me taking a picture, letting my haters know to stop watching me from fake page. And then I went to go see the 50 Absolute World Tower. It's two towers, residential towers in Mississauga, right next to the mall. And it was beautiful. So I did ask for a tour of the tower, and I was told to email management. And I emailed management of my desires to tour the tower. They told me it was fine and someone else would get back to me, but they never did. So that's cool. And then I went to the mall. This was inside the mall. It was a cool mall. Didn't have a lot to offer. This was not in Toronto, by the way. So don't be mad at me. Toronto Mall is way bigger. This was me trying on some outfit that I did end up buying. So yeah, I wasn't just window shopping. I was actually shopping as a tourist in Canada. So yeah, clean fit. I liked it. So I stuffed it in the bag. I just seen from my sign it said, "Spin that shit." So yeah. Mm-hmm. After the mall, I went back to the B&B, showered, and watched the movie and edited some of my videos and content. And then this was me the next day, day two. Day two, I had to be up super early. I had to be up at 7 a.m. I had to catch an Uber from my Airbnb to the hotel. So I kept it cool, calm, and casual, plain white tee, Murray shoes, skinny jeans. Um, yeah, just, cool fit. Wasn't doing too much, but was still clean. Yeah, so enjoy my outfit. Like the AP swatch or your pop watch collection, my little chain. And yeah, don't mind me. If you want to fast forward, you can. But yes, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I did book a tour with Queen's Tour, which I think customer service was phenomenal with them. They communicated perfectly. Winston was great. So yeah. Um, So yeah, we're doing more talking, more talking, more talking. And if you want to watch this video, you can also go on my Instagram page to watch the full video. I think I have posted it in my highlights archive. So yeah, and this was day two. So boom. And like I mentioned, with the tour to Niagara Falls, we stopped at different locations. While going down to Niagara Falls, and each stop we had about 10 minutes to spare. So this was me holding another sign. Sign basically said, I have to post, because if I don't post, my haters, my ops, they won't get a chance to see the world, which is true. This was me at Whirlpool, which is a body of water that basically came at this intersection before it got to Niagara Falls, or after it came from Niagara Falls. One of the two. Don't hold me to it, but yes, it was a very beautiful sight to go see, explore, take pictures, and take videos. And then as part of the tour, like I mentioned, um, we stopped to taste maple syrup. This was me entering with the group. I was the last in the group because I wanted to record. So that was me behind everybody else. Everyone was on that same bus. Um, it was a fun tour. The lady was very, very knowledgeable about the process. This was her giving us instruction on how to go about tasting each one. There was 3 different flavors, but I ended up with the one in the middle. That's the one I purchased at the end of the tour. It was very smooth, very nice, very sweet. Again, a 10 out of 10 experience. Definitely would recommend you booking the tour with Queen's Tour to see the Niagara Falls. Now, I did venture out from the rest of the group to go explore and do my own thing because Yeah, I like to do my own thing sometimes. I don't want to stick to a schedule 24/7. So, um, after we did maple tasting, I went out to um, grab some lunch. They have different restaurant within that little section area, and yes, they do bottle up the maple syrup in that facility as well. Um, I believe the instruction or the lady that was telling us about the different tastes that lasted for about, I'll say, 10 minutes. Um, might have been less, but I enjoyed my chocolate. Yep, I enjoyed my chocolate. And as you can see, my cups were all empty because I tasted everything. I had to get my money's worth, guys. You know, this was wasn't a super expensive trip, but I have high standards, so I ended up spending way more than I had to because I wanted to be comfortable and I wanted to enjoy myself. So yeah, after we tasted the maple syrup with the instructor, we were allowed to, roam around freely, explore, purchase anything that we wanted to. Now, I will say this, the line at the cashier was long. I don't know if it was because I was there on a Friday and everyone had got paid earlier in the day, but yes, there was a lot of people there. And other tours, they also stopped there. So it wasn't just my tour bus that stopped there. There was other tour buses that stopped there as well for other people to come taste. This was a picture I took. This was a picture of the front of the factory. And this was me entering Niagara Falls after um, we tasted maple syrup. So the 10-minute video you guys watched earlier was recorded from this Sony camera. That was me holding it. You guys didn't get to see this part. That's why I'm posting it. The behind the scene, the effort that is put in for you guys to see this beautiful place we call Niagara Falls. So yes, this was me walking up to the entrance. Now again, everyone in Canada is polite, so it wasn't a bad experience. It was a phenomenal experience for me. Definitely recommend it. If I didn't enjoy myself, I would not have recommended. Um, you guys come out to see it, but it was worth it. So these are some pictures I took. And like I mentioned earlier, you see this boat? It's going all the way under the fall. So if you want to do that experience as well, you just have to add it to your tour with Queen's Tour. But I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to get wet. So yeah, I did other things though. I was able to, record this video for you guys. And I also went out to the casino. So yeah, I created my own itinerary. Yeah, so definitely recommend it. But this is just another video of the boat getting close to the fall. Mm-hmm. Yep. It get real close. And then here I have some pictures. This the posted sign. And then we got back on the bus and went to another location. So the people who had ticket for the boat, they were able to go get on a boat from this location. So it was hot outside. I had stopped at Starbucks to get a little hydration, some light to drink, and then I came across Hard Rock Cafe / casino. So you know me, being from Florida, I'm used to Hard Rock. I had to step in and see what it was hitting for. Yeah, I had to go inside, you guys. So how the casino is set up. They have a cafe club. They have a hotel nearby. I'm not sure exactly which entrance it was, but I wasn't there for that. I was there for the casino and the casino strictly. They also had a restaurant which was packed. This was me going into the casino entrance and the point of no return. So yes, when I got in, I had my book bag on me, so I got checked at security, uh, or by security. Then I was allowed in. I didn't have Canadian dollars, so I had to run outside to go to a convenience store to use their ATM. Hey, shh, don't use the ATM at the casino. The fees are crazy. So, just a quick tip: either you bring cash with you, or you leave out the casino, go out to a convenience store to get your cash, because the casino charge you about $10 in fees. So yeah, this was me walking out the casino to go to a convenience store to grab some Canadian cash. So boom, I came back. They didn't want to let me record at the table, so I snapped this picture, and then afterward, I hit them for cool $200 Canadian dollars now. So I was able to go to the cashier and exchange that 200 for approximately 140 USDs. Yes. After I exchanged the cash, I was like, damn, I should have kept the Canadian dollars because I was still in Canada. I could have used it, but it's cool. So boom, we back outside. This is literally on the I don't know how to describe it, but this area is near Niagara Falls, and they have everything you could think of. They have fast food chain, haunted house, which I toured. Um, yes, it was a fun day. It was a fun day. I can't deny it. It was a fun day. I enjoyed myself, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy yourself too. So yes, um, I was recording a lot. So yeah, that was me going through my phone to record. Again, I was a tourist. Can you blame me? Right? You're able to watch this video because I took the time out of my day to record. So yeah, don't come for me. But here it was. This was the haunted house tour I got. It was $15 Canadian, which equates to about 12 or 13 USDs. Not 100% sure. It was a little bit scary, but wasn't that scary because I expected a lot of the stuff that came up. Um, yeah, like if you're a kid, yes, you'll probably get scared and run out of there. And then they have exit throughout the tour. So if you are terrified and can't hold your breath and you feel like you're about to poop yourself, yes, you can exit earlier. But I did the whole tour because, again, I like to get my money's worth. So after the casino, did the haunted house tour. I also went to a distillery, which is right here. I didn't get food. So yes, this was a screenshot of the map where it was at. And then later that day, I went to see the CN Tower. Now, the CN Tower views are amazing. This was me outside recording on my Meta glasses for you guys. The line was super long. I had two tickets. I had the general admission, which I believe was about $37. And then I had the very top admission, which I believe was less. But you can't get to the top unless you have the general admission. But you can get the general admission without getting the top. It's whatever your preference is. But this was me waiting in line, just recording from the outside, looking in. They do have a restaurant inside the CN Tower, but you have to make reservation. And once you have your reservation, it's free to go up. You don't have to buy the admission ticket for a tour. But yes, this was me on the first level, following the crowd, going into the building, And like I mentioned earlier, it was a long line. I think I spent about an hour in line. But that's not on the tower itself. It was just a lot of visitors coming out to see and explore the CN Tower. And I definitely recommend you do as well, because well, that was one of the highlights of my trip. So, boom, this is us going up the, I guess, going up the building. And then on the first floor, they do have a photo booth. So along the way, they will take your pictures. And then on your way out, you can grab your pictures downstairs. And they do have a shop if you want to. This is the shop right here. If you want to purchase anything, shirts, souvenirs, you can. I didn't, because we're not going to get into that. But yes. So this was the first view. Bam. Now my ticket was for 8:15, but I didn't get upstairs till, I want to say, 9 o'clock. So this was a 9 p.m. views from the CN Tower and Toronto. Ain't this just beautiful? Come on now. The sunset, the high risers, the lights, the chaos, everybody taking pictures, recording, talking. This was a view of the stadium from the CN Tower, which is ironic because the next day I went to a game at the stadium. I went to go see the Yankees plays the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays won. Yay, go Blue Jays. So yes, as you can see, this was general admission view, and I had to do a double take on the stadium. I was able to zoom in on my iPhone camera and get a real close up on the stadium. So here it goes. Nice view. Then more views of the city. This what Drake's be rapping about. Drake be rapping about the nightlife, CN Tower. He actually has a song called CN Towers. You should listen to it. He wasn't lying. And then I zoomed in for you guys. Oh, right here. This was the top. Yes. So I zoomed in from the top. That's the very top of the CN Tower. Zoomed in. You can see people running on the pitch. And I zoomed back out so you guys can see the view. Then I did a 360 tour of the top. The top is very small. It's not too big. And you can kind of feel like the building is shaking a little bit. But yeah, this was me at the top. And if you're scared of height, I do not recommend. But if you're not scared of height, definitely get that tour and go to the very top like I did and record. It was a very, very, very beautiful view. So yeah, this was me walking around the full top. It wasn't too long of a walk. It was probably like a minute and a half. Uh, Probably could have been shorter, but I wanted to be respectful, so I was just strolling. But yeah, this was me at the top. And then I went back downstairs to general admission. Now this was cool, guys. So how they set up the tower, they have glasses, like they have glass on the floor, and you could record through the glass, and it goes down each level. So whatever level I was at, that was me recording down. And then this is me going down the elevator from the 147th floor, and I recorded the view down because it was beautiful and I wanted you guys to experience it. So yeah. And when I got downstairs, I was able to explore the store and picked up my pictures. This was my picture. This is how it came out. How you think I look? Okay, I don't care either. All right, so day 3, I had to do another fit check. That was my last day in Toronto, so I had to make sure I came out trim. Yes, your boy had to come out looking trim. If you want to watch this video and hear what I was saying, you're free to go over to my Instagram page or my TikTok page, because I posted that video on both pages. And I was just feeling myself, day 3 fit check. I had some Dolce shoes on, some skinny jeans, a nice little dress shirt that I picked up at the mall earlier on my trip, and some black Prada shades with the AP Swatch watch collection that I turned into a masterpiece. So yeah, I was clean. What you guys think? No? Maybe? You don't care? Well, if you don't care, you are more than welcome to fast forward to the end of the video. I had to save the best for last. So on Saturday, the Blue Jays played against the Yankees. Friday night, the Yankees beat the Blue Jays. So day 2, Blue Jays were able to get their get back. So that was me prepping before I headed out to the game. Now, I did not rent a car in Toronto. I took Uber, and I think it was worth it, because a lot of the places I went to, you had to pay for parking. So just catch you an Uber. It's less hassle and less headache. And then for my groceries, I was able to Uber Eats my groceries to my Airbnb. So I didn't miss out on much. But yes, I was just talking about what I had planned for the day, and was getting my followers to, get excited about what they were about to go see on my social media pages. So yeah, deuces. Then we went out. This was me at the stadium. Again, like I mentioned earlier, right? You get to see the CN Tower from the stadium. And when you're in the CN Tower, you are able to see the stadium. So the architecture, they did what they're supposed to. Very, very beautiful sight to see. Now, the stadium was a vibe. I was rooting for the Yankees, and I was in a section full of Blue Jays fans. So they were not too appreciative of me being there. So I had to keep a low profile. But I think I was placed in the wrong section. And I had pretty good seats because I was able to see everything. And I enjoyed the game. So, yeah. This what the view of the stadium looked like. This was me recording from my Meta glasses. And after the game, the city was lit. Everybody was outside. Everybody was happy. Blue Jays won. So there was a lot of people walking, taking pictures. A lot of tourists were outside, just like I was. And I was feeling myself a little bit after the game. So I had someone take a picture of me. And this was the picture right here. So again, if you don't care, you're free to fast forward. This was a picture of the map of where was I. This was some sight that I seen along the way. A little bit of history. I'm not going to get too much into history. If you want to learn about history, take a trip yourself. Now, this was a famous restaurant. I had to go try their food. And this was what I had. I had barbecue ribs with was it chicken? No, shrimp fried rice. It was strictly shrimp fried rice. But they did give me some chicken for free because I told them Kendrick Lamar sent me there. So yeah, the end, you guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, a like, subscribe. I'll be posting more content